Good afternoon, Madam Witness. You may kindly take your seat. Madam Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, I want to remind you that we are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you. Madam Chair, over to you.
Good afternoon, Madam Lupard Gracia. You're welcome back. Thank you. Councillor, you may proceed.
Yes, I have just one question for you. How were you conducting your procurement?
Pardon?
Your procurement, the goods or the items that you will buy.
Yes.
Towards the money that was paid to you. How were you doing it?
We have our operationals manual and we follow the operationals manual on that end.
You have your own operational manual?
Yes, we have our own operationals manual.
Okay, I asked that question because the MOU you have signed indicated that you have to follow the GPPA rules and regulations.
Yes, the operationals manual, it is basically it follows the GPPA with also another international standards.
Were you following GPPA regulations for the items that were procured?
I believe that our manual, operationals manual, it's already embedded the GPPA.
Do you know the GPPA rules and regulations we are talking about?
Yes.
And what are these?
Well, there are different rules and regulations under the GPPA.
They are different?
There are different rules and regulations under the GPPA.
Which are?
Well, you have different thresholds depending on the items that you should buy or procure. You need to follow certain procedures on that end.
Do you know these procedures?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, and can you name some of these procedures?
All.
Some.
Well, for instance, if you are having a procurement, you need to have different quotations. It depends on what is the threshold. If you go above some other thresholds, you need to be tender it and request.
Was that followed?
Well, we follow different, when we go above some certain threshold, we request different quotations on that end.
Yeah, but you do not have that because the contract that you have, the MOU, indicates that you have to be GPA compliant. Understand? It says that all procurement processes shall be compliant with the Gambia Public Procurement Authority rules and regulations, and in any addition EU procurement rules that may be applicable.
Yes, so because this contract is under an EU contract and the EU contract already states this kind of, that we can follow our own operational manuals and our procurement procedures if it complies.
That's wrong.
Well,
it says in addition to the rules you may follow. You may follow EU procurement rules, but the rules to follow is the GPA rules and regulations. That's in your MOU. It's clearly stated that the monies that are paid to you before you buy or you purchase any item or any good, you have to have the rules followed clearly. But that was not done. That was not done.
well, I believe that our operationals manual is under the GPPA.
No. If we ask, have you had your forms, your GPA forms? Do you have that?
No, we don't
have that. Okay. So because procurement, you don't have your own rules. If you know the GPA regulations, you cannot have your own rules to be in line with GPA. You just have to follow their rules. You just have to follow GPA laws, the regulations, and the rules. They have sets of rules that are applicable to all public funds. You understand that?
Yeah.
So for instance, if you have to purchase water, or you have to purchase, let's say, gloves, 100 pieces, 100 cartons, you must follow the rules. You must have the necessary quotations from the registered suppliers with GPPA, you understand it, and then based on the threshold as well, depending on whether you have approval here and there. That was not done.
We did not submit to the GPPA.
Not only submit to
We
GP.
have request, when we go above certain threshold, we request different quotations. Also, some of the suppliers, we have single sourcing because we could not find here in the country.
Exactly.
Also.
So even with single sourcing, there are regulations, rules as to why you should single source, how you should single source, and all that. That was not done in accordance with the law.
Well, I believe that's why.
I mean, if you say yes, if you say it was done, the issue is now we need to know the ones you have single sourced, why you have single sourced them, what procedure you have followed to single source this, whether you even have approval. Do you understand that? Yeah, but this was not done.
Well, I believe one part yes and other part no.
Which part is yes?
We have followed all the international procurement standards. However, we have not submitted to the GPPA.
All right. Do you have a procurement team?
Yes.
Together with the B.C.C., or is the procurement team entirely your unit?
It's our unit.
Entirely your unit?
Yes.
Right.
B.C.C. was not on the decision on this procurement.
Okay. All right. But just to tell you, your procurement activities, as opposed or different from what is stated in your MOU, your procurement activities follow the GPA regulations. You understand that? That was why even your MOU states that if you have any doubt, you should consult the other party. Like for instance, you should have consulted B.C.C. to know how procurement is supposed to be done. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
Right. Any questions?
Madam Lupard Gracia, I want you to take a look at exhibit LGC/BCC/MS in brackets 1/007. This is your expenditure as to the activities that you have done. And I want to ask you a question, and please refer me so that you can clarify for me some issues. Now, before you take a look at that expenditure sheet, you have told the Commission, if I am correct, that you started your expenditure, that is disbursement, in July of 2023, is that correct?
On the training on waste management, I believe so.
On the training
on the training on waste management.
But generally, when did you start disbursement for this project?
From this project, we received the disbursement on July 2022, and then we did procurement of fridge and freezers with high energy efficiency.
When
Okay?
was that?
This was in November 2022.
November 22nd.
Yes, I believe it is
But
here.
you have also said that you are the finance person, right?
Yes.
And you did that summary.
We did it together with
you
our
did
team.
the financial summary. Can you
Yeah.
turn the next page, please? Yes.
Yes.
Did you do that financial summary?
Yes, we did it.
Yes. So
it is here.
incorrect based on that financial summary. When you said you did the disbursement in 2023, that would not be correct based on what is on that document.
I believe I said that the training activities on waste management was in July 2023.
Yes, but when I had also asked you a further question, when actually did you start disbursement on the project?
The procurement of fridge and fridges is not under the waste management.
Yes.
It was under another activity that it was supposed to build their food and preservation workshop, okay, and further training on that. So that's why we process and we start doing that procurement.
No, but based on that summary,
Yes,
yes, you will realize that for this project that we are talking about, you
yes.
started disbursement on the 21st of February. Can you take a look at it?
What?
And that was not for fridge. Is that so?
Well, there is from
21st of February.
2022, there are fridge and freezers. From the 14th of October, there are different ones, okay? Then there are different activities.
Was it all within the same project?
Yes,
All is within the same project?
okay.
Because
yes,
you see, the challenge I have is that you received your 50%
yes,
payment. That is the
Yes.
initial 50% for the entire
yes,
project.
yes,
That is prior to some part of the activities being abandoned. That was in July 2022, right? That's
Yes.
the time you received
yes,
the first payment.
yes.
And from your reconciliation, you can see that payments were made.
Yes.
So that is the challenge I have.
Okay, can I clarify
Yes,
that?
yes.
Sorry, I left my glasses outside.
okay.
But yes, you are right. Under the budget line, the safety gears, the
Yes.
first one, there is on the 21st of February, INCO, that we bought some safety gears. Why? We bought the different samples on safety gears, so B.C.C could choose which one will go better for their staff.
Yes, so that will take me to
So,
Yes, continue.
however, the training did not start until July.
Okay. Now that will take me to the second question.
Okay.
You were doing business with B.C.C prior to signing this MOU with them. Is that correct?
We did a joint project with the metropolitan area of Barcelona, with B.C.C, BAC, and KMC.
When was that?
It was 2019.
Yes. What was that project?
It was towards waste management in the Greater Banjul area.
And what was the capital of that project?
If I'm not wrong, the metropolitan area of Barcelona conduct a disbursement of around, I am not sure right now the amount, if it was 40,000 euros or it was 50. I cannot remember.
Please note it and provide us with the details
of the contract.
Yes. Please give her a paper. Please give her a pen. Yes. Now the next question is, there has been staff of B.C.C being paid, and you received the part payment in July 2022, right?
Yes.
But if you take a look at your reconciliation, when did you start paying the staff? And where is the agreement that the staff could be paid that amount monthly?
Well, we
The
did not,
payment of staff of BCC.
we did not pay any staff of BCC.
If you look at
Yes.
the reconciliations that you have done,
Yes.
the expenditures,
Yes.
you can see salaries in it.
Yes.
What was that?
This is my team.
Huh?
This is my team that conducted the training and all the procurement.
So they are not BCC staff.
No.
Okay, the ones that you are paying there. Let me
Yes.
have the document and refer
Yes.
you properly to what I am asking.
It's
Okay, yes, wait. You will see that under the training on waste management, you have, as of 30th of July, you have Lamin Sonko, Adama Sanyang, Babukar Jajusi, Bakari Koli,
that one.
yes, and Aliu Cham, Modulei. Yes, these are all your staff.
Aliu Cham and Module, no, these are some services that we bought.
Sorry, can you speak up a bit?
Yes, that the first four ones, Lamine Sonko, Bubakar Jajusi, Adama Sanyang, and Bakari Koli, these are my staff.
Okay,
The other two, they are suppliers.
they are suppliers.
Yes.
Okay, we just wanted to. So, do you have the proposal that you sent to BCC on this project?
Yes,
You have the proposal.
yes.
Can we have the proposal that you sent?
Yeah, the
Which will
proposal.
have does it have the financial bit on the proposal?
What we send, it is a budget for the activities, which is attached to the MOU.
It is attached to the MOU.
Yes.
Okay. So, but the MOU that we have, I don't think it is registered. Can we please see the MOU that have been admitted, whether the budget proposal is there attached? Yes, we have seen. I'm going to give you this document. And you confirm whether this is the budget, because what has been captured here is expenditure, not budget. So please confirm for me. If it is not the budget, you can kindly provide us with the budget so that we see, and we can compare that to the expenditure that you have attached, that is attached to the memorandum.
So, sorry, I cannot read. I left my specs outside.
Yes, and I wanted to request that you print for us and provide for us a better copy, because it's very small and it's very tiny.
Okay.
We cannot understand the
From the
writings.
budget
We will
breakdown.
struggle to read the document. Have you taken note of that? Okay, you are waiting for the...
I take note of this.
Yes. Mr. Bojan, please give him this exhibit so that he can take note of this one and provide us with a more clearer copy. Yes. You can provide us also for that document a clearer copy, so please note it down.
Okay, yes, I have written down. It's not in my bag. I left with this, I don't know.
Okay, we will give you time, and you will come back to bring these documents, so that whatever you need to highlight and clarify, you will be given the opportunity to do so. All right? Mr. Kamara, please collect the exhibits from her. Okay, is that all?
Yes, that's all.
All right.
Whatever it is.
Is that, so we'll break and we'll come back tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Madam Lupad Gracia, thank you so much for coming. We will give you time to come back to bring these documents on Wednesday at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You may rise.